Hello everybody, Patrick Nichols here, and I'm here with another 1969 Z28 that I thought would be worthy of a walk around video for you guys. Um, the special thing about this car is it's been parked since 1971. Really cool story behind this car. It was used to transport illegal drugs from Florida to California, and it was caught in a high-speed chase in 1971 on Highway 10, which runs from California to Florida. And the word is they run out of gas is the reason why they got caught in the high-speed chase. Well, anyways, the car was confiscated by the United States government in 1971, where it sat in a storage facility, a government storage facility, until 1984. Then it was auctioned off in 1984, and an individual bought it, and then that person sold it to the guy who has it now, and it's been sitting in this spot directly behind me, just about a car length ahead, covered up or in this single bay garage since 1996. But the car has been off the road since 1971. It's a California car. It was built in Van Nuys, California. As you can see, it has the Enduro bumper and the Rally Sport package as well. Really cool car. And I'll do a total walk around video of this car for you, because I'm sure that you guys love that story. I know that I do. This car has been painted one time, but the rest of the car is pretty much totally original. Engine, trans, interior, the wheels, lots of the details of the car are still original. Again, it has just over 19,000 miles and has been parked since 1971. It was sold new at Fletcher Chevrolet in Encino, California, which a lot of enthusiasts are aware of that dealership being a really known for high performance cars back in the day. Try to do my best, as I usually do, to give you a really good idea of this car and the shape that it is in. I'll try to focus in on the cowl tag if I can, because it is kind of dark. Okay, it's 1237 69 and 12437 is two-door coupe with a V8. VN, which would be Van Nuys, California Assembly Plant, 225471, or I believe that's a 4 would be the body number. 712 would be the custom, the upgrade, the deluxe or the custom comfort interior, bucket seat, black interior. Code 79 upper and lower, of course, is the very popular Rally Green, and 01B for the second week of January 1969. And then the E224, I believe, is an internal scheduling code for the Van Nuys assembly plant. So that spells that out. And of course, I know a lot of my followers like to look at a lot of the details on these cars, such as the master cylinder, which this car definitely appears to have the correct master cylinder on the car, and power brake booster. Again, a 19,000 mile car. One option on this car, being an early car, which I believe has been changed, and the owner agrees as well, the early Z28s did not have the cowl induction hood, and I believe that is something that has definitely been added to this car when it was painted, more than likely sometime after 1984, when it was purchased from the government storage facility at the government auction, where it had been stored by the government. You can see the Rally Sport, the 15x7 wheels, which is standard on the Z28. And this car has a lot of options. You can see the N34 rosewood steering wheel, the custom or the comfort upgraded interior with the stitching in the bucket seats. Of course, the Hurst shifter, which we spoke about before on the orange 69 Camaro. And maybe I can focus in on the 19,000 miles. And you can see just over 19,070 miles. Really awesome car. Interior is totally original. Original carpet, original seats, panels, headliner, and all. Again, I'd like to reiterate a lot. This car has been parked since 1971 and has not been licensed for the street. It's been parked here since 1996 at this location. Rally Sport, Enduro Bumper, Rally Green, 69 Z28 with a super cool story. Hauling illegal narcotics from Florida to California, and they were caught in Florida on Highway 10. And the government seized this car. And if you'll look in the back quarter glass on the passenger side, it still has the writing from where it was auctioned off. GSA, which stands for General Services Administration, which is the United States government, and these other figures. And that's where the car was purchased in 1984. So it sat in a government storage facility from 1971 to 1984. Really cool story on this car. And I thought that the car was definitely worthy of another Camaro shoot, especially being Rally Green, Rally Sport with the Enduro bumper and that story, and a California car. Pretty remarkable. Parked since '71. It's just a couple years old when it was parked. You see the special high performance alternator. Looks like the diverter valve has been changed. That looks like a replacement. That's not the 297 diverter valve. But the majority of things seem to be really original. I really love the rosewood RPO code N34 steering wheel and the deluxe interior code 712. One interesting feature on this car, which is some people tend to debate or discuss, is whether or not when this rear spoiler was put on, whether the paint stopped in under the spoiler or it went all the way off. Well, most people will agree that it did not go all the way off like this, painted under the spoiler. It stopped somewhere in here. But there is pictures of this car with the original paint from Van Nuys that prove this car, the stripes went all the way off, even though it was going to receive a spoiler. So that's a pretty cool little characteristic of this car as well. I like the bumper guards too. But I do try to do my best to give you guys the best visual an idea of what type of car and how original this car is. But this car has been painted. But aside from that, the engine, trans, rear axle, interior, and most of the details of the car are original, and is definitely 19,000 mile car with a cool history, seized by the United States government, only 2 years old, and set in a storage facility until it was auctioned in 1984. Was then purchased by a doctor, I believe, in '84, and he held it until '96 and never drove it. And then the individual that owns it now has owned it for the last 22 years, and it is in this very location since 1996. I'm Patrick Glenn Nichols. You can follow me at Patrick Glenn Nichols Muscle Car Barn Finds on Facebook and YouTube. I hope you enjoyed the video of this really cool Rally Green 1969 Z28 Camaro. Thanks. More videos on the way.